有冇做過一啲嘢曾經令到你好後悔？
多謝你咁遠水路入嚟元朗揾我，兄弟。
我諗下，我兩兄弟其實都經歷咗好多嘢。
由幾時計先？
中學嗰陣
係咩？
Hi, I'm Sophia Jessica, and this is Angel, and welcome to the fan carpet.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Let's
All
do
right.
this.
So it is an absolute pleasure to speak to you today. How is everything going?
It's good actually. I I started work at 6 a.m. this morning. I'm so sorry that it's so last minute to arrange all these interviews because I've been quite swamped lately, and I know that tape is premiering on the, I am like clueless. It's on the 19th, right? I think.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. So I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm just trying to fit whatever interviews I can, but I've been working since 6 a.m. this morning, and I was supposed to be doing these interviews in the car while I'm going back to Hong Kong. I'm in Guizhou right now in China, in mainland China. So, but the car's late, so it's good. There's better lighting here. It's all
Okay.
good.
Well,
How's it going?
I'm
How's it
fine.
going over there?
Yeah, it's all good in London. Yeah, it's a bit grey today, but that's to be expected. But thank you for taking the time. It's an absolute pleasure to speak to you.
Yeah, same. Thank you for starting early, actually.
Absolutely, no worries.
Yeah.
So if we go back to the beginning, was there a defining moment for you to get into the industry?
To the industry, wow. It's like rewinding for 20
Yeah.
years. I've been in an industry for, I don't even remember how many years. I studied commerce at the University of Toronto. So I was going to be an accountant or an auditor. And it's kind of weird because it has nothing to do with acting, but somehow I entered this pageant in Hong Kong, and I won Miss Photogenic and Miss Talent, and that got me into a television station, a Hong Kong television station, and that's where I started my acting career. So I didn't really have any acting experiences or education, but I kind of learned on set, and also I took courses, online courses and whatnot, and learned from teachers all over the world. So yeah, it's kind of like I feel like sometimes your passion and your it's like your destiny is kind of laid out for you. And you might think that you might think, like, for example, I thought I was going for accounting or commerce, and then suddenly I'm into acting, and now I love it. I love it so much. And it's funny how life play games with you sometimes. Yeah.
Absolutely is. So what can you tell us about tape, and what was it that made you want to be a part of this incredible story?
Wow. It was just, like I said, it was just like a coincidence that I met with Bijan one day. I met him, and then he was telling me about tape, and I've seen tape before, and I thought it's an amazing movie because I never imagined that in one set with three amazing actors, it can be like just talking, and it's super intense. And I felt like, wow, this is some serious film. And then suddenly Bijan told me that he's doing a Hong Kong version, and I was like, wow. So he originally asked me to be the actress, and then he was like, okay, well, I'm not too familiar with Hong Kong. Do you want to come on and be a producer as well? So the only reason, to be honest, the only reason why I joined as a producer is because obviously we don't have a lot of money for this movie. It's not a, yeah. So I had to do a lot of I guess free work. It's a passion project. It's definitely a passion project. And one of the late main actors, Kenny Kwan, I called him up. I'm like, hey, there's this film. Do you want to like take part in it? And he's like, yeah, because we're all just so passionate about this work, and it's we're lucky in the sense that we're established in the industry, that we're not like struggling to survive. So we have options, and now we have options. We can take on these kind of projects where there's basically no money, but it's all for passion. And with Richard Linklater, on on the film, and Steve Belber, I was just like, wow, I get to work with all these amazing people. And and the script was good. The role, I loved the role so much. I was so into it. I actually did some of the translation as well. I was totally into it. I got like I remember even for our catering, I got sponsors for our catering just because we're so tight on budget, and obviously there's no free lunch in this world. If you want free catering, you have to post for them on social media. Like the glory of social media, you can get all these sponsorships and just support from people,
Hmm.
and then that made the film work. Honestly, it's a miracle that our film made it this far, and finally we're showing the film to the world, and I think it's a miracle because we really had very little to work with, and it's a lot of talented people and passionate people just grinding and just doing the work for the film.
Absolutely. And having Richard Linklater on hand, because he originated the story, that's got to have been a thrill for you.
Yeah, of course. Like, um, I mean, it would be great if I get to work with Richard Linklater, but before that happens, it's nice to be on the same project. That's a start. It's a start. We'll get
Mhm.
there someday. Yeah.
Absolutely. So what does it mean for you to be a storyteller and tell stories in this way?
You see, this why this project is so interesting is because um, I think every I would say like each actor doing my role as Amy, they might all see this role differently or play it differently. Everyone has their own view on how Amy is supposed to be, and it's interesting because I remember before we filmed the film, I had a meeting with Steve Belber, and I told him my take on Amy, and he was like, "Wow, this is the first time you know, anyone has ever given me this kind of take on Amy." And he told me every single time, whether it's on the play or on the film, every actress has a different perspective on Amy and a different take on on this role. And I thought it was very interesting. And it's the same for all the other roles as well. I think uh, what's so interesting about this film is there's so many. It's kind of like a maze. There's so many ways to get there, but it depends on how you see, like for example the situation, or how you create the backstory for the character. And for me, I created the whole backstory for Amy from since she was ever since she had memory of herself, like from a child to all the way to now, to the confrontation with the two boys, or the two men now. So on my take, I can tell that there's a difference between how I played it and Uma Thurman. She played in a different way as well, and then I thought it was very, very interesting because that's acting. That's the creative part. You can play the same role but have a totally, totally different um, um, ending or perspective on the character, and that's the exciting part of it. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, you don't want to be a carbon copy. You're your own person.
Yeah. Yeah. And besides, because it's now like brought over to Hong Kong,
Hmm.
um, and in the States, I mean, this Me Too movement has been around for a long time, but I thought it was a really meaningful project because for Hong Kong, for Asia, people are still very conservative in, they don't talk about, being, for example, like sexually assaulted or whatnot, like, or if they feel uncomfortable. Actually, women in Hong Kong or in Asia, they don't really speak up. So I think this is really relevant right now for Asia in general. Maybe in the States, it's like 20 years ago. That's when the Me Too, or that actually Me Too hasn't even started 20 years ago, but maybe that's like kind of like the beginning of this movement. But I feel like in Asia, we can still talk about this Me Too movement a lot more, just because I do feel like, the inequality in society, in the workplace and whatnot is still quite it's quite significant. I mean, in Asia, and I feel like people should watch more films like this and feel like they're able to speak about it. Because actually, we did a few screenings in Hong Kong, and we invited a charity group, just mainly like women who's been abused at home or whatnot, and they really liked it. And then they just and actually it's interesting because they said that like one of the workers in the organization, she said that a lot of the female in Hong Kong, like they just feel like when they get abused or whatnot, they're afraid to speak up about it because our society will look down on them. And actually, if someone, like, just say, for example, if someone has been raped, like a girl has been raped in Hong Kong, she wouldn't dare to say anything because, like, I would be confident to say probably most of the guys, at least 50% of the guys, will not be willing to be with someone or marry someone who's been raped before. I don't know. I mean, is it like that in London still? No, it's not like that anymore, right? It's kind of like,
Yeah, I don't think it's like that. I haven't heard that before, but I don't know.
oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
that's
So in
interesting.
Hong
But it's
Kong, yeah.
cultural differences, so that's interesting.
It is interesting because actually, I have had an experience like that too. Like, I asked him, if I was raped before, will you be with me or will you be willing to still date me? And he's like, no, he wouldn't. He was very honest. And I was like, wow, okay. But it's not my fault, right? If I was raped. He's like, but still, like, it's not like a proud thing, you don't want your other half to be a victim. So yeah, it's sad.
It is. I haven't been in that situation, but I would support my partner if that was something that happened.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, it should be this way. It should be this way.
absolutely.
Mhm.
So do you have any memories from filming tape that stand out to you, something you won't forget?
Um, wow.
Because I mean, obviously you wrote on it as well, so that's probably got you were well in it. So
So yeah, you see, because I was also the translator of the script, so I actually know the script really, really well. And what I did for the actors was I recorded all the lines for all of them, and I actually, I actually talked to them deeply about their characters, and then actually we went through the lines so many times, like for so many days, because it's like a one scene film,
mhm.
and there's no cut, there's no scenes in between, so we had to rehearse over and over like a play. And what's interesting was because Bijan, he doesn't speak Chinese, so on set sometimes he doesn't really know exactly where we need to cut, and he'll just let it keep rolling. And then we'll keep acting and acting, and it was like, wait, when are we gonna stop? So he just, sometimes he's like, okay, wait, is this where we cut? Okay, then he kind of senses it sometimes, and then okay, cut, where we
So,
cut on each point, so then we can continue on different framings and whatnot. And but during filming, it was not easy, especially because he didn't. So that's why I thought it was a miracle, because he doesn't understand Cantonese.
yeah,
It's like we barely have any budget, um and actually when we were filming, um so we got this set, and it was hard to get a good set in Hong Kong with limited budget, but we got a set and it was really nice. And I got my costume designer and also the set designer onto the film. And then when we started filming, there was drilling. So it's like drilling and drilling. So we couldn't film during the day. So we had to film after they got off work. And that was like overnight. And went to overnight shoots. It was like a lot of obstacles, but at the end it worked out. And that's why I said it was a miracle. Yeah.
awesome. Awesome. So what are you hoping audience will take away from tape when they see it?
Honestly, I feel like I hope more people in Asia will watch this film, or more Chinese or Asians will watch this film, just because I feel like this film needs to be seen by more Asians, as the culture is more conservative. And obviously, it's just me saying this, maybe it's like very it seems like old news, or for people like in the UK or in the States, but uh, you know we really shouldn't victimize, like, not victim, like feel like we did something wrong if we've been abused or whatnot, and feel ashamed. This is what I hope, like most women, after watching this film, that they'll realize, the struggle actually, it shouldn't be like this. And 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 actually, I also want people to, after they watch this film, I hope they can see that actually in every scenario, in every character, not just character but real life scenarios, there's always so many different perspectives in lives. And what's right and what's wrong, it's really blurry, like what's right and what's wrong, it depends on your upbringing and your perspective on life. And I think this film is interesting is because if I feel like John did something wrong, maybe someone feels like he didn't. Maybe it was like Wing who did something wrong. So I just hope that people can be more open-minded on what's right and what's wrong, and not so narrow-minded and open for discussion, and everyone can not be so, not just with like, with everything in the world right now, with politics, with like religion, with sexuality and everyone is so narrow-minded. I feel like everyone's feel more and more uh not very, just like not open about accepting other people's opinions, and I feel like this film is something that can make people start thinking, thinking about different perspectives in lives and scenarios. And obviously, the most I want to like, I wish that more women in Asia can watch this film, more Chinese, more Asians, and feel like they can speak up and not be ashamed of something that they didn't do. When they didn't do anything wrong, they shouldn't be ashamed. Yeah.
Absolutely. What do you think the future holds for Tape? And do you feel that there's more story to tell within the world that you created?
Um, I feel like this is such an interesting story, and in different cultures, it'll bring out a different vibe, a different feel to the film. And in Asia, there's the tape that we created. But I feel like in every culture, there can be like the same film. I feel like they can remake this in maybe like India or like different cultures all around the world, because there are really some really good messages in this film.
Absolutely. So you're a writer as well. So do you have any other aspects in the industry that you'd like to pursue?
Any
Like any other aspects, like producing, directing, like going into other mediums like theater or onto TV, stuff like that.
So I've been acting for a long time. So I've done stage, I've done TV, I've done film, I've sang. I also created, I mean, I wrote my own song because I play the piano, so I wrote a song and I sang. So I feel like I've done a lot. For me right now, I feel like I just want to work with talented people, directors, actors. I mean, film. For tape, I also produced as well. So I also shot this Canadian TV series called Blood and Water, and I also had an executive producer credit on that. So I feel like I've done quite a lot and right now I just want to learn from the greatest people, like really talented directors and actors. And I feel like every time I work with these people, I learn and I gain. And with our industry, for sure, like as an actor, there's no ending to learning. There's always, you can always improve. So yeah, I'm looking forward to working with more talented and brilliant people.
Awesome. So with the popularity of streaming services, what do you feel this future of cinema is?
Uh, it's tough. Honestly, it's tough. In Hong Kong, actually, a lot of cinemas are closing down. Most people are streaming now, and they just, I mean, everyone's habits are changing or lifestyles are changing. I don't know what it is, but I feel like there will always be people who appreciate cinema. Like Tom Cruise is someone who's very, he still believes in cinema, and he
Mm,
just, it's just about cinema, and I really respect that. And cinema is an experience that it's not the same at home. It's definitely not the same. And I really hope it can continue, even though it's tough. It's really tough. And I feel like right now, I think we should all, people in the industry, we should try to push it, even if it's just like, for example, a small film like Tape. As long as the passion is there, people still believe in it. I'm sure there's still hope.
absolutely. Who inspires you in the industry?
Oh, who inspires me, huh? That's a good question. Um, so for me, I would say Meryl Streep and Michelle Yeoh. they're both actresses who've been acting for like forever since they were really young. And a lot of the times, especially for females, when we get older, people feel like we're old. They don't want to watch old women. It's just kind of like men as they get old, it's like fine wine, but women is a different story. So um it does give us like pressure and also kind of a bit of stress that sometimes we feel like, oh, when we're getting older, are we still going to be able to act? But women like Michelle Yeoh and Meryl Streep, it gives us hope. It's like, wow, and they're so good in their craft. They're just so inspirational. And Michelle Yeoh got an Oscar at 60. So it's just like, wow, anything is possible. And I just love these two women. Yeah.
Absolutely, and they're both incredible. I'll watch anything that either of them are in.
Yeah.
I will. They're just you know what you're gonna get. When they're in something, it's a Marc quality.
Yeah, for sure.
So what are you working on next that you can tell us about?
So I just finished filming this TV series called The Queen of News. It's kind of like the morning show. If it's like the Asian version of the morning show, and
Nice.
we're doing season 2. We just completed season 2. It's gonna air. It's gonna come out in November, around this year, November. And the first season was a big hit. So I think there was a lot of hype going on for the second season, and we're just doing some post production right now, like dubbing. And yeah, soon we'll be promoting the series. Looking forward to it.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, I look forward to talking to you about that when talking to you more in depth about that when I get the chance. So just finally, because I know you've got a car to get to, where can we find you online to keep up with everything you're doing?
So I'm on social media. I am on Instagram. Oh, sorry. So I'm on Instagram, Selena Lee. I say Selena Lee. I'm also on Facebook, and yeah, I'm always updating. I mean, actually, I do a lot of social media videos on like inspirational videos that talks about life, and I mean, yeah. So yeah, it feels really good to do these videos, because sometimes when I see in the comments when someone says, "Oh, I really needed to hear this today," or "Oh, thank you," this kind of made me feel so much better. I'm in like a really bad place right now. I just feel like sometimes, especially people in our positions, we really need to do more for the public. Especially now, everyone has some kind of maybe depression, or just a lot is going on in this world, and sometimes people might just need that little spark of positivity. And yeah, and that's something that I do a lot on my social media. So anyone who wants to feel lighten up or some positivity, they can come and follow me. Yeah.
Awesome. This has been a thrill for me. Thank you so
Yeah.
much for taking the time. It is an absolute pleasure to speak to you, and I look forward to seeing what you do next.
Thank you, Mark. Thank you so
Thanks very
much.
much.
Look forward to
Take care.
speaking to you too.
All right,
Bye.
take care. Bye. Bye.
Thank you for watching The Fan Carpet. Please follow us on Facebook, X, and Instagram for more content. Bye for now.
攞個 point 出嚟講，
你即係而家結束咗我哋呢20年友情。
承認你自己做過嘅嘢啊！
你做咗啲咩嚟啊？點解你又咁做啊？
我應該轉做私家車。認咗佢我就俾你走。
Everybody thinks that I'm okay. Sometimes I think I am too. I'm on the outside looking in. I'm waiting for the shockwaves to begin. Oh, won't you let me hold you for one time? Just a rainy day in a London cafe, a London cafe. So give me one last serenade. Say to me, or swear at me till the night turns into day. And it was a shame when daylight faded, because we didn't notice at all.
Thank you for watching The Fan Carpet. If you like this video, be sure to click that thumbs up button at the bottom of your screen. And also be sure to subscribe to the Fan Carpet YouTube channels. They're absolutely free and so much fun too. Be sure to check out the official website, thefancarpet.com. Also, you can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram to stay up to date with reviews, competitions, the latest news, and so much more.